Well, hello there again. How are you? Issue getting to sleep again? What's the issue this time? A little bit of nightmares, a little bit of anxiety. Okay. How long has it been bothering you? Few weeks, month tops. I understand. But before we get started, as I did before, we need to sign a few consent forms just to make sure I'm not held liable for anything that may happen that may be unfortunate. Not saying it will, usually it doesn't, but I just have to make sure all the boxes are checked. Alright? So, do me a favor, sign here, and here. Alright? Right here. Good. And right there. Great. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check your throat and whatever else I need to check, your eyes, and we're going to go from there. I'm also going to check your heart as well. Just want to make sure there's nothing going wrong. We don't want to give you a tonic that's going to affect your health. The whole purpose is to relax you and give you the best sleep you can possibly get. Okay? Right? So, I want you to look at me. Look at me. Good. I'm just going to shine this purple light in your eyes. Just for a few moments. Just want to make sure there's no issue. That way, everything's good. And besides the lack of sleep, how have you been doing so far? That's good. How's work? I understand. Alright, keep looking at me. Good. Work for me has been a bit stressful these last couple of weeks, but that's okay. That's part of the job. A lot of people have been dealing with insomnia lately, and good for my business, but I do tend to feel bad for those people. Alright? Continue to look at me. Just going to use another light. Alrighty. So far, so good. Put my hand here. Good. Right. And these masks can sometimes be pretty annoying. But it's part of their dress code policy, so I have to do it. How many fingers am I holding up? Good. How many fingers? Good. How many fingers? Good. Right? Blink for me. Yes, blink. Good. Right? Now I'm going to need you to open wide. Open wide. Good. Just checking your throat to make sure there's no infection, no redness, anything I have to be worried about. If I give you a tonic and you're dealing with let's say a sinus infection, it might make it worse. We don't want that. Okay, so far so good. Now, I'm going to check your heartbeat. So far, so good. Right. I'm just going to go behind you. Take a deep breath in for me. And out. Good. Another deep breath in and out. Good. Another in and out. Good. Let's go on this side. Take a deep breath in for me and out. Good. In and out. Good. One more. In and out. Good. Your lungs sound good. Everything looks good. There's no issue. Perfect. So, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and that'll help me gauge what kind of tonic we're going to be using today. We could grab a pen. Struggle is real. Anyways, what seems to be the issue? Okay, you say you have a bit of nightmares. Could you describe the nightmares for me, please? Now, in these nightmares, are you being chased? Are you falling? Are there any odd creatures in these nightmares? And could you describe what these creatures look like? Gotcha. Now, is this nightmare reoccurring, or is it a different nightmare? Okay. Alright. Now, let me ask you, like I did in the last session we had, how's your diet? How are you eating? And the job? Has it been overly stressful? And have you dealt with any traumatic events lately? Within the last few weeks, months, days, hours? Well, the reason why we ask that question is because certain tonics can exasperate certain experiences. Let's say I give you a tonic for, I don't know, lucid dreaming, and you had a very, very terrible experience recently. It might make you dream of that experience, but with a worse situation. Maybe a worse outcome, maybe a worse environment. Whatever the case, the situation would be worse, and we don't want that. Okay. So, what do you tend to do to de-stress, to calm yourself? Any substance abuse, drinking? No judgment. We all have our ways to ease our stress. Everybody has their vice. Whether it's something as simple as sugar or something as complex as cocaine. Perfect. Alright. So, from the information I've gathered, it seems that this nightmare has something to do with a bit of guilt, something that you probably regret, we have something perfect for that. But it may require a combination of not one, but two tonics. Now, of course, you're going to need a tonic to wipe the slate clean. Sorry, this mask keeps moving. You're going to need something that's going to wipe the slate clean. This tonic right here. It's a very clear looking tonic, but any sort of worries of guilt, any sort of regret, any sort of thing that is on your mind but you just can't forget or you just can't let it go, this beautiful baby helps with that in an instant. Let me tell you a story. There was this boy who, let's just say, he did a lot of unsavory things. And although I was very, very biased on what the situation was, money is money. And he needed to relieve his guilt in order for him to relax. I gave him this, like I said, just one drop. His guilt, his worries went away like this. But, again, I did tell him, if you keep using this stuff, eventually it will backfire. We can't get rid of everything with just a drop of a tonic, especially if that thing harmed other people. But that information is for me to keep and for you not to know. Long story short, it worked, but I told him I don't want to see him in my shop ever again. But for your sleeping problem, to get rid of those nightmares, I showed you this tonic last time. This beautiful tonic that helps you lucid dream, control your dreams, turn those creatures into something more pleasant. I think I remember telling you about the lady who turned her creature into a clown. I don't recommend that transformation, but whatever transformation suits you, that's what you choose. It's up to you in your subconscious. So, if you need to get rid of pesky nightmares, I do recommend this baby right here. And like I said, just one drop, just one, and all of your problems should be solved. Any more, and it could be very, very dangerous. Now, I have another tonic I wish to show you. This is my most prized tonic. This is for pure relaxation, but it also helps get rid of bad habits. I had a client who had a serious drug problem, and I mean serious drug problem. Rehab, whatever they did, just wouldn't work. So they come to me. They came to me and I told them, just have one drop of this, you'll get the relaxation you want without the use of the vice. One drop, and they were taken care of. But, like I said before, only one drop. I had another client of mine that needed the same tonic for relaxation and to get rid of this bad drinking habit. He was an alcoholic. In the family, he had, let's just say, didn't appreciate that issue. He wanted to be bold and took not one, not two, but 3 drops, thinking that more would speed in or quicken the effects. Well, he's dead. Anyways, that's why I always say, 1 drop is all you need. Any more, and it'll be dangerous. So, have you made a decision on what tonic you would need? Yes, I agree. I think we should do a couple tonics. 1 for the nightmares, and 1 to wipe the slate clean. So that way, whatever kind of worries, guilt, whatever it may be bothering you, we're going to wipe the slate clean, get rid of those nightmares. That way you can get the proper sleep you need to be healthy, alert, and ready to do the job you do daily. Right? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go ahead and get those tonics all set up for you in the front. I want to thank you again for visiting my laboratory. It's a pleasure having you as a client, and thank you very much again. Take care, and I'll see you in the front.